Hello and welcome. I'm Laurel Stewart, and here's what happened this week. President Lai Ching-te has returned from a diplomatic visit to Taiwan's allies in the Pacific. Upon arrival at Kaohsiung Airport, he spoke about his trip and Taiwan's role in the world.
我们只要坚定地捍卫民主、深化民主，以民主的普世价值，在世界上跟各个国家交往，我们一定可以得到更多的支持。不仅仅可以守护台湾，我们也可以维护区域的和平稳定。
Lai's trip to the Pacific included stopovers in Hawaii and the US territory of Guam. The trip angered China, which claims Taiwan as its own. Beijing is expected to launch another round of military exercises around Taiwan in response. The foundation that invited a group of Chinese students to Taiwan could be banned from bringing groups from China for some time. It's in response to controversy over a comment that one of the visiting students made about Taiwan's name while on the cultural exchange trip. Cadence Quaranta reports.
Kuomintang legislators and the head of former President Ma Ying-jeou's foundation objecting after the government said the foundation could be banned from inviting exchange groups to Taiwan from China for months or even years. For 9 days, a delegation of 40 Chinese students, teachers, and athletes was in Taiwan at the foundation's invitation, a trip it says was to foster cross-strait communication. But one of the Chinese students on the trip sparked backlash after she referred to Taiwan's national baseball team as China Taipei instead of its official name, Chinese Taipei.
向中国台北队获得世界冠军表示祝贺，希望就是大陆和台湾同胞可以像这个中信兄弟你们 brothers 一样。
The difference between China Taipei and Chinese Taipei is small, but could be seen to emphasize China's sovereignty claim to Taiwan, which Taiwan's government rejects. The students' remark sparked an outcry. The Mainland Affairs Council, which handles cross-strait relations, said the comment may have violated government rules and accused Ma's foundation of not dealing with the controversy properly. They said they will meet with other agencies soon to decide whether to punish the foundation. But today, the foundation's CEO called on the government not to follow through with such action.
我在这边要呼吁陆委会要高抬贵手，因为你处分马英九基金会其实是会制造寒蝉效应，因为你用一个这个女同学的无心的没有恶意的一个习惯用语扩大解释，上升对立。
KMT legislators also argued the student's comment actually illustrates the need for more cross-strait communication, because they may not have known their comment might cause offense. But the trip's effectiveness in promoting communication has also been in question. Some students at universities the Chinese group visited said the group didn't seem interested in genuine exchanges of views.
我们希望可以分享台湾的经验给中国，但是很遗憾的，从中国同学回避接触、快步离去的结果来看，中国的参访团其实丝毫不想与我们进行真正的交流。
Some in Taiwan were concerned about the trip in general, because most of the students on the trip are affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party, prompting opponents to the visit to express concern they were coming to spread Beijing's propaganda, putting cross-strait tensions into the spotlight once again. Eason Chen and Cadence Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.
Politicians and activists are standing in support of Taiwan's death penalty on the anniversary of a murder that shocked the nation. They argue capital punishment is crucial for families of victims to find justice. Wesley Lewis reports.
Hundreds of people are here right in front of the presidential office in Taipei to make it known they stand against the abolition of the death penalty. The demonstration falls on the 10th anniversary of the violent assault and murder of a female school teacher in southern Taiwan that shocked the nation. The case resulted in the assailant receiving a life sentence. Protesters here include families of victims, politicians, and other supporters of the death penalty. They say preserving the capital punishment is the answer to, quote, make Taiwan safe again.
要给加害人一个机会，让他反省、检讨，可以执行死刑之后，让加害人被执行死刑之后到地下去悔改，对不对？这是最起码的公道，否则我们的法治会崩解。
Here, demonstrators are holding white flowers and wearing white clothes to commemorate the murder of the school teacher. This September, a legal challenge brought forward by the 37 inmates currently on death row resulted in a new ruling by the country's constitutional court that upheld the punishment but put limits on the use of the death penalty to only be used for the most severe premeditated murders. But protesters here continue to take a stand, calling for more robust protections of the death penalty, urging lawmakers to safeguard what they say will ensure justice in Taiwanese society. Joseph Wu and Wesley Lewis in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is promoting its space prowess at an international expo in Kaohsiung. The country not only wants to promote its role in the space supply chain, but also develop critical capabilities during disasters. Chris Gorin reports.
Taiwan is shooting for the stars with its nascent space program, and nowhere is that more apparent than here at this international space exhibition in Kaohsiung in the country's south. It's only the second time that Taiwan Space Agency, TASA, has hosted the conference since the country began heavily investing in its space program, and they're looking to do more.
Taiwan has a supply chain for communication satellite, including space and the ground segment, and also we hope we can build the supply chain for optical remote sensing satellite.
Right now, Taiwan's space aspirations are also about bringing connections down to Earth. So far, Taiwan's homegrown satellites like these are used primarily to gather data about the weather. But in the coming years, the country has another goal: making sure that its soldiers and civilians have access to the internet in a crisis, using terminals like these. Low Earth orbit communication satellites provide users with direct data access from space, ensuring connectivity even if ground towers are damaged during natural disasters or conflicts. It's often compared to SpaceX's Starlink system, which has played a vital role in maintaining Ukraine's connectivity during Russia's invasion of the country.
Actually, as you guys know, Taiwan is an island, and most of our traffic goes through the submarine cable, and all goes through the fixed line in Taiwan locally. And satellite communication is quite vital for us, just in case if there's any cut for the submarine cable or any cut in the fixed line in Taiwan. So SATCOM is like the final option of all the communication.
Taiwan wants to keep most of the system in-house, hoping 80% of it will be produced domestically. The first of 6 initial communication satellites is scheduled to be launched in 2027. Taiwan wants not only to develop its domestic space program, but also to be a critical partner in global space supply chains, capitalizing on its capabilities in hardware manufacturing. If those efforts succeed, Taiwan and its whole space industry could be taken to a new frontier. Devin Tsai, Alec McDonald, and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
Paraguay has expelled a Chinese envoy for urging lawmakers to break off ties with Taiwan. Paraguay's foreign ministry says it cancelled the visa of visiting envoy Xu Wei on the grounds that he interfered in internal affairs. He was given 24 hours to leave the country. Xu was part of a delegation for an annual UNESCO meeting, but he skipped that to meet lawmakers. He called on them to ditch Taiwan and bolster ties with China instead. Paraguay is one of just 12 countries that recognize Taiwan. Taiwan President Lai Ching-te says it has promised to stay that way.
在就职演说当中有相当大的篇幅，当着他这些朋友，强调巴拉圭在他领导之下，坚守民主，不会改变，会坚定的跟台湾邦谊永固，这个立场不会改变。
President Lai made the comments in Palau while on a tour of Taiwan's Pacific allies. A pro-wrestling team in northern Taiwan is hoping to attract new audiences with its Taiwanese approach to athletic theatre. For these wrestlers, the small promotion is a chance to chase some big dreams. Bryn Thomas reports.
These pro wrestlers can all tell you when the dream began.
大概是10岁开始看摔跤，我觉得它可以给我一种很热血的感觉，一种 fight forever 的感觉。
我是从我小时候就跟我爸爸一起看摔跤，那个时候看不懂是什么，只觉得很热血，怎么有一群 男人不断的接受打击，又不断的站起来，那这个过程是很激励人心的。
I watching WWE with my dad, and he's interview who's wrestler John Cena, Randy Orton. Oh, it's interesting. 我就来找了一下台湾的摔跤联盟。
Sky discovered New Taiwan Wrestling, the NTW, a small but committed promotion operating just outside Taiwan's capital, Taipei.
We're here in Nali District, this part of northern rural Taiwan, to check out one of Taiwan's newest wrestling promotions, the NTW. Now, it's a small promotion, but they've got big dreams, and if you look at this facility right here, you can see that they're making it work.
On the surface, NTW looks like most other small wrestling promotions. Larger-than-life, hyper-masculine characters engage in endless melodrama and endless brawls, with their struggles of good against evil playing out in the ring, and sometimes in the stands, staging their performances for an audience made up of mostly family members and young men. Who, with varying degrees of willingness, take part in the action. Fans cheer for the face or hero character and boo the villain or heel.
我会认为 Lucifer 是一个比较好人的阵营，他时常可以跟观众混在一起，跟观众变成朋友，然后可以跟观众达到一种body 的感觉，对，他是一个 baby face。
These characters, dreamed up by the wrestlers, each have their own signature finishing move, and they often embody the athlete's real-life personality and reflect deep-seated personal fantasies. Lucifer loves rapping in real life, and fellow wrestler Sky was a hellraiser as a schoolboy.
本身的话是 NTW 目前的冠军。My character is like we call 中二之王. It's like a king of schoolboy. So I will do something like cheating. I will put my door on my right hand and grab someone. Can I say this word?
They're part of NTW's kayfabe, the practice of portraying staged events as if they were real. It's a wrestling term that refers to its fictional universe, its characters, planned rivalries, and scripted outcomes. Keeping kayfabe means wrestlers stay in character both inside and outside the ring, and it often involves dramatizing their real-life relationships within the storyline. For example, when a young student of senior wrestling coach Ayanga starts getting too big for his boots in real life, it's a safe bet that a humbling encounter in the ring will cut him back down to size. In terms of style and moves, NTW takes its inspiration from Japanese and American traditions. But as a Taiwan-based promotion, its kayfabe is uniquely Taiwanese.
我们在做的其实是属于自己台湾人的东西。像我自己的摔跤名字阿勇狗，它其实就是台语。那我自己的歌曲也是使用台语。我一直希望就是说，台湾人要有属于自己的台湾摔跤文化。
Ayanga hopes NTW will grow in popularity and attract new audiences to its Taiwanese-flavored spectacle. But mostly, he and his crew are content to have a place to perform, one where they can follow their childhood dreams and maybe inspire them in others.
每一个比赛都很精彩，然后看了就是自己也很开心，就是选手胜利的欢乐，好像就也带给我们欢乐。
Ryan Wu and Bryn Thomas for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching Here's What Happened. Finally, we leave you today with this Hungarian model village made out of gingerbread to get into the festive spirit. I'm Laurel Stewart. Take care and see you next week.